Hare Rama Krishna, Hare Rama Krishna, Hare Rama Krishna. Good morning, friends. So today we will be talking about what happens when Sun is there in Leo Rashi. If in your natal chart Sun is there in the Leo Rashi, then what all characteristics, what will be your nature, what will be likes and dislikes, what all these things, what kind of experiences you will have. All these things we are going to discuss over here. So just like we have been following this format of describing the form of Aditya whenever Sun is there in one of these 12 signs, so corresponding to each sign, we have a form of Aditya, form of Surya. Corresponding to Leo, it is Indraditya. So Indra is also a form of Aditya. And to understand the intrinsic nature of a graha in a particular house, you have to understand what devata it belongs to. That way, you will understand the inner nature of the person. So, Indra, Indra as a deva, we can find out certain characteristics of Indra devata based on various Puranic stories, various stories in the Vedas. So, first thing is that he is the guru of Dhanvantri. Dhanvantri, we all know, he is the progenitor of the Ayurveda. He has the knowledge of herbs and basically the Ayurvedic science, the life science of Ayurveda. It comes from Dhanvantri, and Dhanvantri's guru is Indra. So that way you can see there is a connection with the Ayurveda and the healing kind of thing for such people. Then he is the giver of rains. He gives the thunder, and after that thunder, the rains pour all over the world. So basically, he rules over the rain. He is also the one who puts every sage at the test because he rules over all the five senses. So whenever anybody wants to gain power, he goes to do utter um, tapasya, penance. And during that penance, Indra is the one who goes there to test that to what extent this person can overcome his senses. So whatever your sense desires and how much you can control those senses, that is put to test by Indra. And if you pass that sense and that test, then only you becomes the worthy of the boon. Then only you can achieve whatever you desire. This is kind of uh, very straightforward also. Like if you are succumb to the senses in the world, then you will not achieve whatever you want to achieve. You will basically be indulged in one or the other kind of sense pleasures. But if you want to achieve something in life, you have to go beyond the sense requirements, the sense desires, and he's the one who puts everyone to that test. Then he's the Gabhastiman, the one um, who gives the Garbha, the one who makes pregnant. So that kind of energy you can expect with the sun over there. The person is inclined towards making the other person, basically getting the progeny from the marriage. So that inclination will be there in the person. Lord of Swarga Loka. So Swarg is the material loka where all the planets and nakshatras are there. Brahaspati is there, Indra is there. You must have seen in some serials and movies related to Hindu mythology that in the Swarg Indra is there and all the apsaras are dancing, and it's a very pleasureful place, and he is the lord of that Swarga Loka, lord of the day. So just like Varuna who rules over the night portion, Indra rules over the day portion, and he also rules over the Dakshinayan because the Rashis from Leo till Capricorn, those are ruled by Indraditya. So he basically rules over the Dakshinayan portion. 49 Maruts. So Indra is the son of Diti. He is one of the Aditya, and to win over him, there is another counterpart to Aditi. She is Diti, and she is the mother of all the Daityas. So she makes a secret plan. She creates, basically, she puts a womb for 100 years, so that for 100 years, whatever son she's going to beget will be so powerful that she keeps him for 100 years, making him very mighty. But when Indra comes to know, he basically destroys that womb, and that destruction creates 49 Maruts. And these Maruts are the one, they roam around the globe and causing hurricanes. And these Maruts, then later on, because of the Indra's talent, they all join the Indra's side. So the Marut basically comes under the rule of Indra, and that's where his power to create the hurricanes, create the thunderstorm, and pour the rain comes. Then he killed his father-in-law, Puloman, and he marries his daughter Sachi. Sachi is the Devi who basically rules the Indra. Now, having said all these characteristics of Indra, whenever Sun is there in Leo Rashi, the mantra to appease Indra is Om Dhrini Indraditya Namaha. Om Dhrini Indraditya Namaha. And he has to be worshipped with a naivedya of ghee and honey. So whenever you happen to go and worship Surya, maybe in the morning when you do the sun oblations, at that point of time you have to worship this particular form of Surya who is there in your chart, the Indraditya. So after the Gayatri, usual Gayatri mantra that we do with the sun's oblation, we can do Om Ghrani Indraditya Namaha, and you can offer ghee and honey to Indraditya. That will appease, that will enhance the sun's characteristic in your life. Now let's look at all other characteristic, the nature that sun in the Leo provides. So it basically makes the person very talkative and courageous. See, sun's own sign it is. So uh, it's Mool Trikona it is. So the true nature of sun will basically come in this sign. It will make the person very courageous, very fearless, and this person will be very enthusiastic. The sun is full of energy, so he'll be always full of energy. He'll be very talkative, and he'll do notable works because he's Sattvic planet but Krura. Okay, and he's too much into doing the righteous things, so he'll do works which are notable in the world, something which will be seen by the world, because sun stands for what is seen by others. It is there for shining, so whatever work he does, it becomes notable. He is bit of lacking mannerism because the Leo sign, the person basically, you see, just like lion. Okay, just like lion, who is there roaming in the forest and jungles. Usually he's bit aloof, and he's a bit into too much into himself. That basically causes him being blunt at social gatherings without taking care of what others are thinking, because sun himself is so bright and so full of himself, he doesn't care about what others are thinking. So that way he's seen as lacking mannerism or being too blunt at the people. That's the nature. And what are the likes and dislikes? So these people, they basically love to do anything related to like hills and forests. They will go and they're hunting and trekking, whatever activities you can expect in the forest, like going to jungle safari, and being the sign of lion, who's basically a meat eater. These people will also love to eat meat. Skills. So skills are also related to forests and jungles and doing a lot of courageous things. So something like adventure sports, okay, paragliding, and all these kind of activities where you're putting risk to your life, because these are very courageous people. So that kind of energy will lease out only when they do the adventurous things. And also any skill which is related to going to forest, living in forest, and going to hills. So this theme of forest hills, it is coming because of Leo sign, and Leo is basically, the symbol is lion, who loves to roam around in forest, loves to roam around in the jungle. Okay, so all these skills which are related to fortress, related to forest, related to hills and adventure sports, it will come naturally to these people. Then the livelihood. For livelihood, you can expect that any livelihood which relates to breeding cattles, okay, or basically breeding any kind of animals, or even related to forest, related to jungles, like creating a jungle resort sort of thing, or since in the beginning we talked about Dhanvantari also, so related to healing, related to Ayurveda. So all those kind of livelihood comes under this sign. Physical characteristics, just like sun, they are full of splendor. And sun is the karaka of physical strength. These people are full of physical strength also. They are very bright in appearance like sun. When now let's look at what happens. There is a difference in the result, or some modification in the result, whenever other planets happen to aspect it. So when moon aspects it, so moon can only aspect when it is there in the seventh house, making it full moon of Purnima, and that moon is actually kapha generating. So moon is full of water, and that kapha, sun is full of Agni. So kind of kapha disorder is seen in the people when they are being aspected by moon. And they will be basically very scholar, they will have a good wife, uh, they'll be dear to the king. Again, moon is friendly to sun, and uh, Leo sign is also friendly to moon. So basically moon's aspect will bring good things to the person, like his wife will be good, he'll get social favor from the king. And the only problem is he might get kapha disease because of increase in the water element from the moon. Otherwise, they are full of Agni. Sun in Leo is actually a lot of Agni. So that Agni is getting balanced by the kapha. When Mars is over there, so Mars is again friendly to Sun. Mars is friendly to Leo sign also. For Sun in Leo, it is the Yogacarak planet also. Everything is good, but Mars is a cruel planet, so he'll basically give some negative aspects. So here it basically gives the person becomes interested in others' wives. He becomes lustful towards them, which is one negative quality of this combination. And but having Mars aspect basically makes him very, he's already very like fearless. It will make him even more fearless. Okay, it will make him even more commanding. Okay, he'll be revolutionary kind of thing, like bringing in new order, being a bringing in new idea. So that kind of revolutionary thinking is there in the person. It will also make him very formidable, because that sun Mars, lot of Agni component is there. So basically others will simply fear them. It will make them a very formidable kind of character. When Jupiter's aspect is there, so Jupiter is Sattvic planet and Sun is also Sattvic planet, it will increase the Sattva a lot. So person will be interested in constructing temples and constructing gardens and wells and ponds, the water resources. He'll be very intelligent because Sun in the fifth house is also the Karaka of intelligence, natural fifth house of intelligence, that gets increased. And also Jupiter is also the Karaka of fifth house. So Sun, Lord of fifth house, Jupiter, Karaka of fifth house, increases the intelligence in the person, and he'll be very fond of solitude. So being the sattvic nature, and this kind of solitude is basically solitude of introspection, because both the sattvic planets are there. So the person may not be interested in going out mingling with others because he's not interested in others' lives. He's only interested in himself. We have too much sattva in him. And finally, when Saturn is aspecting, so as expected, Saturn is negative planet for Leo, negative planet for Sun. So his aspect is going to give some kind of trouble to this to these kind of people. Basically, these people will become they will create obstacle for others. Okay, they'll be interested in giving pain to others because of Saturn's aspect. Okay, so that's all about it. Thank you so much for watching. Om Namo Narayana.